Okay, hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. I am Khairul Ihsannudin and I'm from Universitas Gadjah Mada. Currently, I'm studying on the field of computer science and now I'm on the 5th semester. And I'm going to present to you about my big project. It is about digital library MIPA. So it is one of the grand projects held by our faculty. It's Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Science, and it's for transforming education through digital access. And it's being held on 2024. So before we go to the presentation, I want to ask you, our faculty has already a physical library, but why do we need to provide a digital library one? So here is the problem. Because conventional library is not relevant. Okay, we've known that library is the cornerstone of learning. When the people needs to look for the resources, we need to read the books and then find the previous research and so on. But and nowadays, okay, I mean it's not 100% irrelevant, but it's less relevant when we talk about the libraries in 20 years ago when the internet is not widely spread like today. But in today's, in nowadays, the internet is widely spread, and we can access information so easily using our phone and also our laptop. So we just connect to the internet, and so we can surfing to the internet and look for what we need, like the ebooks or the information what we know that we know, or so on. So uh, coming to the conventional library is not better rather than digital library, because digital library provides immediate and also flexibility for the people. So here is the case in my faculty. I've held a survey about how often do you get to the library for the students in the Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Science. So it's kind of a bit of sad because 21.4% of the students has never gone to the library at all. So it seems that the students' interest in coming to the library is so low. Why? Because like they has business business. So when they want to walk to the library, they also need to do something else, like their organization or their tasks during the major or something else. So coming like into the library is not that good because they need to sit in, they need to look for the books or something else. But when we just open our phone, search the keyword, we can find the books we need, and we can find the information we need rather than coming to the library. And it is a burden to look for the books we want. And it is if as if the books is already there. And if it's not, it's just wasting our time, right? So yeah, it is one of the reason the students' interest is so low in coming to the library. And the next is 50% of the students likely downloaded books from unofficial sites. So yeah, they do not go to the library, but they also do not buy books from the official sites, or they do not borrow it from their friends or something like that. But it is some unethical things to do because they pirated the books. And with that, so the students prefer to choose online sources, but they do not want to pay for the books. It's a problem, and we need to solve it. So in line with that, my lecturer asked me to make a solution for this. It is about the digital library. So we need to integrate the digital library system to the semester. Semester is the Universitas Gadjah Mada's apps. It's integrated with others application in every faculty. So one of the application is e-office MIPA. So e-office MIPA is the application in our faculty. So the students can access digital library system by using one apps is semester. Then they can go to the office publication, and then they can access the digital library system. But it has a constraint. It has a constraint because the development of this needs to be in framework of code igniter, and also the framework of and also the language of JavaScript, because it's a web-based app. And then after we've known about the solution, we need to search, or we need to look for the requirements that match the students' requirements, the students needed, and also the library needed. Because it's between these two. The librarian will be the administrator of digital library, and the students will be the user of the digital library. So the requirements analysis conducted using an online form. And for the librarian, it is conducted using a short interview. So our findings on the feature needed by the students and also the administrator or the librarian is, the first is searching. So the students or the user and also the librarian do not need to feel the burden looking for the books they need. So when you walk into the library, you need to look one by one. You need to know where is the rack of this subject. Then you need to look for the code or something else. And it is likely to be a burden for us to look for the books. And then if we made the searching feature, we can just write down the title or the keywords or something else in the search bar, and then click enter, and we can see the whole books that match our keywords. It is easier to find the books. And then the book management, it is for the administrator so that the admin can manage the book collections. And then reading shelf, it is for the user so that they can manage the books they want to read or tracking their progress and so on. After that, there is dashboard feature. It is for the administrator so that they can see the statistical between the students and also the books and also about the management of the books. After that, there is a feedback feature. This feedback feature is for the students after they read the books. So they can review the books they read, and then other users can see the reviews, and it can make them either make sure either the books is good or not. After that, there is an announcement feature. That's for the administrator, so that the administrator can write down an announcement to for the students, and then they can see in the main page. But for this requirements analysis, there is a problem because the responses of the students is so low. It's only 14 responses. But the recommendation for this is to collaborate with faculty to make announcements for students to fill the form, because the problem in this survey is the students is not feel like it is a must to fill the form. So yeah, by collaborating with faculty, it can be better and it can be access every single student for the form to be filled. After that, after we made a requirement analysis, we made the system design. The first is the data flow diagram at level 0. So in this data flow diagram, we can see the data flow when the user and admin is interacting with the system digital library. So yeah, the user can request book to the digital library system, and he can input reviews after reading the books, and the user can get information about the books. After that, the user can also look for the books they want to search, and they can get the result of the search. The user can also see the announcements in the homepage. So that for the admin can see the statistic of the system, and then it can see the user's data, and also it can see the it can add the books to the system, and also it can input the announcements. After looking at the data flow diagram, I made the entity relationship diagram and describing like the entities used in the system. So we can see here's like umpan balik or the feedback, and then the user perpustakaan or the users, and then the buku rak bacaan or it's a reading shelf, the books, and then the announcements. I've made it using the normalization so that it is not redundant between the tables. Okay. After that, we've made the UI UX interface. Okay. It has the constraints because we want to integrate it using Seamaster. Of course, the color palette needs to be same with the Seamaster application. So we've got the blue and the white here using the Seamaster color palette. And then for the user experience, we've made the user flow to make the UX first. So the flow, then we tested it on the user. We've got the feedback, and then we iterate the design system. Iterate the design mechanism. So we revised the UI UX after we got the feedback from the samples. And as you can see here, we've made some components like search bar, and then the pop-up button, and then the checkbox, and the forms, and also the page here for the for the users page and also for the admin page here. Oh, okay. After that, we go to the implementation. First of all, is search implementations. Okay, for the search implementation, for now, the search functionality is just for looking books based on their keywords and also the title. So when you type like computer on the search bar and you click enter, it will find every book that has computer in the title and also the keywords. So if it has the computer title or keywords, it will be shown here as the list of the books. And then we also implement the padding for the layout. So it's just so that the scrolling is not that long and can enhance the user experience. So they can just click on the next padding for the next collection of the books. All right, and the recommendation for this feature is to implement search query optimization, because for now the search query is not optimized, because it's just looking the books that has computer words in it or some words in it, and it's not using the indexing or using something like caching or something like that. So to make it better, we need to make the search query optimization. After that, we need to make the feature of search filters so that the user can can manage what they want to see in the design in the search results. So they want to search based on books that is being released on 2014 or 2020 or 2024. So it is needed to use the filters rather than just the keywords or the title search. After that, it is book management implementation. So the book management implementation, as I said before, it is for the administrator to manage the book collections, so they can create, read, update, and deal the books. And also, in book management, we also provide content protection. Okay, it is a challenge for me how to make the PDF reader can be downloaded, can be copy paste on, and can be screen captured. So rather than using, instead of using the building PDF reader, so I made my own PDF reader. So the PDF reader is using one of the JavaScript library, and the concept is to make the PDF file uploaded by the admin and convert it to canvas before the PDF file is uh being being held in the client, and we want and we don't want to catch the books we've uploaded. And the recommendations for this book management implementation is bulk upload for the administrator, because for now the book is uploaded one by one for the admin and it is a burden. So we need to implement bulk upload so that the administrator can upload multiple books at once, improving efficiency for large libraries. Okay, after that, there's a reading shelf implementation. This implementation is so that the user can bookmark books and it can see the reading progress. So after user bookmark a book, it will go to the reading shelf of him, and they can see the reading progress. If they already read 2 pages over 5 pages, so the reading progress will be shown as 40% of the book is already read. So the recommendations is to make reading analytics so that we can track user reading habits and provide personalized recommendation about the books. After that, it's feedback implementation. So this implementation is implementing like user reviews after the user read the books, and also star rating systems. It's like another reviews at the Play Store actually. So the recommendations for it is to implement helpful review voting feature. So it allows user to upvote or downvote reviews based on their helpfulness. So if one of the reviews is not really helpful, so it can be downvoted and won't be seen at the top of the page. After that is dashboard implementation. So in dashboard implementation, the administrator can see the user visits data based on And then they can see the popular books read by the students, and then they can see the library overview, like how many books in this library and how many books on the subjects and so on. And also they can see the best students who read the most books and who visited most often in the whole day or the whole month. But the recommendations for this is to make it real-time updates so that the admin can see the updates of the user visits, so it won't be refreshed so oftenly, so that they can see the updates of the dashboard. And also export table reports. So for now, the dashboard implementation is only for the client page, and it can be exported into Excel or something like that. So for the next implementation, we need to make it exportable reports so that the admin can make it, can use it for another purposes. After that is announcement implementation. So in announcement implementation, it's just a simple create, update, and delete for announcement for the admin. And recommendations for this is to make it using scheduling. So when the admin want to make announcement, they can set the start time and the end time. So when the start time is already hit, this announcement will be shown at the home page. And when the end time is reached, the announcement will be pulled back from the home page. Okay, so I think that's for the digital library system I've made during this semester. So I want to thank you for your attention, and I'm really sorry if there is something that may be inconvenient, especially in my speaking or something like the presentation. I'm really sorry. I think that's for all. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi